Alright guys, welcome back to another video here on the Back to Beta server. Welcome back. I know it's been a while since there's been a video on the Back to Beta server, at least a proper one. So, Happy New Year's. I hope you all had a good holidays. I know I did. And yeah, welcome back to the server. I haven't been making videos on it because I've just been kind of enjoying the process of grinding away a little bit and been working on a couple of other projects which you might have seen. And yeah, I've done some work in the village, which I intend to do a lot more of, as you can see. I will show you those. And I've also done a little bit of work in the stadium as well, because it's definitely time we actually get the stadium finished. These projects have been mildly neglected. I've just had too many other things to do. But before I show you these things that I've done in our base area, I want to show you the progress that I've been making on the railway from the Christmas area, which is that way. The Christmas area, the rail goes all the way to the boy Ryan's place. I want to show you that because it is a full rail. I don't remember the last update I gave about it, but it is a full rail. There's a rail line that you can ride all the way from the Christmas area to Ryan's place. Now, it's not completely done. It is still under construction. But yeah, let's get over there and I'll show you what it's looking like right now. Alright, so here we are at the Christmas area. I installed a portal over here so that I could get to my storage without having to walk across the entire Christmas area the whole time, because that got pretty tedious. Yeah, so I did just want to quickly show that the reindeer is complete. You probably saw it on the boy Ryan's channel, but if you didn't, this is what it looks like. Ryan came in and finished off all the details with the reins and the red nose and the eyes and the bell and things. So yeah, I think that looks really cool. I think those finishing touches really give it some life, whereas before it was just a bit of a shell. So yeah, that was a fun project. We didn't manage to complete the ground under him, so that kind of looks a bit wrecked, but I might have to talk to Ryan about patching that up. And there were also some other builds around in the Christmas area. ZX came in and made a couple of builds around Ryan's village house here, and behind here, you can't see it right now, but Whammy made some pretty spectacular builds as well, so definitely worth checking those out on their channels. Now, this is the rail. So as you know, this rail goes all the way around the Christmas area, or hopefully you know. And yeah, if I jump into here, we can make our way to this end here, and then if we start following this rail, we will start making our way all the way to Ryan's place from here. Now, the rail is, I'm not gonna lie, not a pleasant thing to ride. You'll see the camera tilting. This is just, it's just not great, and it only gets worse as the corners get steeper. So yeah, if you're if you're prone to having issues watching flashing screens or whatever, yeah, I'd look away. But yeah, it also gets really slow around the corners. Yeah, there's just something with minecarts. They interact with the walls pretty awfully. But I will stop here because you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see that all the pillars are in as well. Maybe I'll do a little creative flyby. You can see around Deadly's area here all the pillars that I've added in, and this extends all the way out this way. And yeah, again, I think I'm just going to show on a creative flyby the extent at where I'm at, and sort of where the progress is right now. And I'd say it's maybe a little over halfway. It depends how the cornice section goes, but yeah, so far it's been heaps of work, but I think it's paying off. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that's the first major thing I've been working on, and that's an ongoing project. I did do a stream actually doing some of this corner here, so you can get an idea of how long it sort of takes. I will say I've probably sped up a little bit now. I've got the process a little more down packed, but yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of cobblestone, but yeah, I think it's a pretty cool project, and I think when it's done, it'll be pretty cool. Alright, and the next stop is over to the village. So let's head over there through our underground railway, which technically still needs to be finished. I haven't finished all of the wool that needs to go on the roof here, which I probably do have. I definitely have enough lapis to be able to do it now, so maybe that's something I need to work on. But yeah, let's head down this railway, and I'll show you the two new builds in the village area. So the first one is this one right here, which should be quite recognizable, or might be recognizable to some of you watching this video. This is from my building in beta and modern video, which I released a couple weeks back. And yeah, I decided I wanted to bring it into this village. Obviously it's got some adjustments, like a different colored roof, it's got some sandstone incorporated. There's a couple of little adjustments here and there, but for the most part it is very much the same exact kind of build, which I really like in this spot. I did want a fishing house right here, and after I made that video I realized, oh, that would be a perfect thing to add here. So yeah, it's pretty similar. The biggest difference is probably the fact that I've added an interior, which we can actually check out in here, as in like an upstairs interior. So if we go inside, the interior is a little bit different. We do have the table and chair, we've got a jukebox, I've got some random stuff in here. I got the infinite furnace so that we can have some light, and then yeah, we can come upstairs here, and there's sort of just this two-person, or like, yeah, I imagine he sort of sleeps here and he doesn't really have anybody else, so he has like his, a guest bed sort of here, yeah. And yeah, I think this is cool. I made a couple of adjustments here. There's sort of some holes on the roof as well, and you might notice as well some very subtle detailing on the roof, and these are actually beds here, which just give that little extra slant and some little notches. I don't know, just some random little interest. I feel like you'd barely notice it if you didn't know it was there, but I thought it was kind of a cool little detail. And then yeah, he's got a nice little view out here. The consequences of adding this house though is that I may have overlooked the artist's house. Let me show you what happened here. I did actually make a post about this a little bit ago, but yeah, some of you might not know what I was referring to. So yeah, this is the artist house. I was really proud of this house, and I am really proud of how this house turned out, interior and exterior wise. We've got his little seat and his easel here, so he can sit out and look out, and he's got a nice view here. But this painting, I saw this painting, and I saw this this archway, and I was like, oh, that's literally exactly what I'm looking at here. And when you looked out here, you could see those two trees perfectly, and that was kind of like those pixels there. And yeah, it was basically like the frame there was this frame here. But yeah, unfortunately, this house, I didn't realize until after I built it that the house encroached on this view slightly. So yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate. So yeah, I added this sign saying I ruined it. My new headcanon is that he was actually sitting here, and he docked it out the house. He pretended it wasn't there, and sort of just painted the view from here and added this. So yeah, I don't know, or maybe he painted it before the house got built, because it is kind of like a modernish style of house compared to the rest. Which is something I kind of want to talk about actually, is I feel like this area I've been very intimidated to keep building in, because I've made so many unique houses, but they're all very similar, like they're all unique, but they're all very similar, so it's kind of hard to keep up that process. So I've kind of made the decision to let loose a bit more on the type of housing I build, be a bit less strict on the exact, world accurate housing I've been trying to go for. So this one's like a little bit bigger, could argue it's slightly out of place, but I think it looks good. I do also want to look at the dock. I think the dock turned out really cool. I think it fits in well with this walkway here. Also, sorry if you can hear a dog barking outside. He's just going to town while I'm recording. It's a bit annoying. But yeah, I think this dock turned out well. Very similar, obviously, but different placement. Yeah, I think it looks cool. I think it all turned out pretty well. Okay, and the other build I've added here is this one here, which is very similar to the bell tower that's over here. Pretty much like the exact same kind of design. So Ryan built the sort of framework for this, and then I sort of added a couple more of the details and things. And yeah, they sort of fit in with the, I guess, like the governmental or like military style of sandstone buildings they have here, but this one is actually a lighthouse. So instead of being the bell tower, so that's a bell tower to, I guess, notify people of things, and yeah, this is a lighthouse, which I think is in a perfect location, because obviously we've got the ship that Hello World built here, and obviously ships you know, that's sort of the coming in, and these are the coming out. Maybe they can go out that way, I don't know. But this is sort of the perfect central point to kind of help guide ships, I think. And yeah, I really like the details on the exterior. I kind of spent quite a bit of time working on it. I think it looks pretty cool. And yeah, if we come inside, you know, it's not too interesting, just a bit of a spiral staircase. You know, got the lookouts here. I think maybe I should add some here, but I don't know. And then you can climb this ladder here, and it's a little impractical up here. You know, you kind of have to use your imagination a bit. But this is the actual lighthouse itself. Now, I think some people, you know, would use glowstone or something like that. But I think, you know, because this town is a bit, I guess, I don't know. It's definitely set in an olden time. You know, almost like a Roman time, where they would, you know, they wouldn't have access to, you know, those sorts of lamps. Instead, we have a literal piece of flame. And I like to imagine that this is like a mirror, because that's something they used to do, is actually put fire, like to direct the light, they would use mirrors. So yeah, that's what I like to think that is, even though it kind of maybe doesn't make too much sense, I don't know. But I think it looks pretty cool. And yeah, this roof definitely burnt down a couple of times trying to make this. And yeah, you'll notice that one has some fence posts on top, and this one doesn't. For some reason, the fence posts, no matter where I put them, somehow catch fire, so I've just sort of given up on that. But other than that, I think the lighthouse turned out perfectly. And yeah, I used a few ancient Roman structures, like lighthouse concepts and things, to kind of get inspiration for it. But ultimately, you know, I kind of just sort of brought across the ideas from this, and yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool. Alright, and the latest thing that I have been working on is inside the stadium. Like I said at the start of the video, I've sort of completed this one, and I've just started the next minigame. So if you're unaware, we built this stadium ages ago, probably an embarrassing amount of time ago for the fact that it's not done. And yeah, we've got Spleef over here, which is like a 3-layered Spleef game. We've got this bow PvP game, which we haven't actually played that much of, so maybe we need to play a bit more of that. We've got King of the Ladder here, which hasn't been finished, and then we've got like a dropper, well, not really a dropper, but like a water dropper game, which I'll explain in a second. But yeah, basically this King of the Ladder, I had plans to make it a bit more complex, but I decided I want to just keep it simple. I think, yeah, the project was kind of annoying me, so I just decided to keep it simple. You remember we dug out this massive hole. This is just aesthetics. I don't know, I just felt like digging a hole. But yeah, basically you'll climb up the ladder. This is like a 6-player-ish game. I mean, you can play it with less, I guess, but it'll be more fun if you have like 6 whole people playing this, and everyone's climbing the ladder at the same time, and then fighting each other on this first platform. There is some bread, so that the last man kind of standing can kind of keep going. And I mean, I haven't really clarified any rules. I think it would be cool to have, you know, if you die, you could kind of keep going, but you're obviously at a disadvantage because you're so far behind kind of getting up. But I don't know, we'll have to just make it up as we go. Some more bread up here, you know, you'd fight maybe another person that's made his way up here. And yeah, it's basically the same on both sides. And then the idea is that sort of the champion from this side and the champion from this side would duke it out up here, and then you climb up to the very top, and whoever's up here is the victor. But I was also thinking it might be cool to have sort of whoever makes it up here first is the champion, or maybe it's whoever makes it up here and stays up here for 10 seconds or something is the champion, so that there's an opportunity for the other players to kind of make a comeback. Is this not world height? Wait, what the heck? I've got a new skin fix. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was gonna say I'm using a different skin fix because my normal one's like not working, and I was expecting my skin to go black when I went to the top, but it didn't. Anyway, so yeah, that's the King of the Ladder minigame, and yeah, I think it'll be fun. I don't know. I just think it'll be a bit of fun. Who knows? It's King of the Ladder. There's not much to it. And now this next one, which I've just started, which I'm actually already really liking the start of it. This sort of fish either side, which I think is cool in the design, and then these water drops. And I want this tower to be kind of like a sandstone and with like red wool accents sort of coming through. Let me sleep real quick. So basically what this minigame is going to be is you'll climb up a central pillar here, and up the top there'll be platforms that you can jump off, basically. And all 4 of these water features, they're all different, I guess, arenas, you know, that you can play in, or different, I don't know, like games, I guess. So, like, you would exclusively play in this one first. So you climb up the top, you jump off, and you land in here, and you'll have a wool color that is your wool color. So you'll have maybe like a stack of red wool, and whatever block you land in, you get yourself out of the water and you place your blocks in that spot. So that then blocks off that, you know, that corner spot. And basically every time someone goes in, you know, there's less and less water, so you have to be a bit more like precise. And eventually, you know, players will start dying on the wool blocks, and yeah, whoever's last standing is the winner. So that's kind of the idea of the game here. So yeah, I'm thinking of yeah, I'm not really sure what I want to do design wise for this. I want it to kind of maybe come in a bit and then come out a bit again as like a, I don't know, like I wanted to, yeah, like I said, I want it to be a sandstone with red accent, like pretty much what this base thing is. I think will look really cool. And then yeah, just have the platforms to jump off. Maybe it's kind of like a ruined platform or something. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of making it up as I go, and I think it's kind of cool. And yeah, I kind of made this shape on the whim, and saw that there was like kind of fish shaped, so I added these like wool variants and all the different they're all different colors, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I think we're gonna spend some time building this. I don't know how much I'll show on camera unless there's something interesting. Otherwise, I might just kind of build it and show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, so here we are a bit later, and we have pretty much completed the whole tower. It looks pretty cool. I ended up going for pretty much just the stacked layers. It's pretty simple, and then I went through and added some details later, but yeah, I think it's looking pretty cool. It's kind of a bit of a standouting kind of building right in the middle of the stadium. The big important thing for me when building a lot of these minigames is that, like, from the stands you could get a good view. You could kind of sit anywhere and see most of what's going on. So yeah, that's why it's kind of like a simple tower, and the main feature is that you can see where the like what the actual ending is. The only one that doesn't really follow that rule is is the spleef, but that's okay. But yeah, let me take you through what this is looking like. Hello? Oh, he's inside the wall. So yeah, basically we've got all these spots for beds and for people to store their items, and that's all around the build. We've got our water features like you saw, and then yeah, basically you sort of come in and there's signs on all the sides. We've got some nice kind of decorations, and basically yeah, there's 9 colors of wool, and you also take some shears, and yeah, then you climb the ladder. Now on the way up, it's not too interesting. There's some paintings sort of on every level. I actually kind of tried to get almost every single painting, or have a different painting on every level, on every side. So yeah, anyway, you come up to the top and there's some random details. These pretty much mean nothing, they're just kind of there. And then you walk out on the platform, and then you've got a good sort of view to kind of see where you want to go. Now, this platform isn't really that high up, I would say. Like, it's not that far down to the water. Which I think might be a good thing, because I think it makes it harder to align yourself, especially with any of the further ones out there. It might make it a bit harder to align yourself, but I'm not too sure. We'll see. But yeah, basically there's 4 sides. This one's a pretty good view, and yeah, for the 4 separate games, and I think it looks cool. Yeah, not much to say about it, honestly. I think it speaks for itself, the way you can kind of see it. I like the roof design. I spent a little bit of time on that. A lot of the details, as in like the fences and the trapdoors, I think is cool. I chose the stone floor for down there and up here because I felt like it just needed something a bit different. I feel like, you know, it would have been very stock standard to have a wooden platform or, you know, something like that, but I feel like the stone kind of works. It's kind of a bit more interesting. So yeah, basically you take your wool and you jump off, choose a spot. Well, that was really stupid. Of all the water I could have landed in, I jumped onto the edge. Now I gotta do the walk of shame all the way back. It's a pretty cool view through there. I kind of like that. I think now that there's a building behind this, it makes this like not look so weird and out of place. Still looks a bit weird and out of place though. Okay, attempt number 2. You would jump into the water. There's your spot, and then you would build up 3 there. And yeah, the game would continue. So yeah, it's a pretty cool game. I don't know when I'll be able to play this. I'd love to play it in this video, but I think it's the video's gone a little bit too long now. But yeah, maybe next episode, or you know, definitely in a future one, or maybe a live stream, we'll definitely be playing all of these mini games. And yeah, I have plans for the next mini game coming up, but we'll see if that's we'll see if that happens in the next episode. Alright, but now that you're all caught up, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I do want to say a quick thank you to everyone for your support on the last few videos. My building in beta and modern video did really well, and also my my smallest build in beta Minecraft did really well. So I want to say a huge thank you to all of you for the support on those videos in the channel. It's been really great. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters!